Hey, everyone. How are you? Mar will be right with us. She's just getting a few things settled before she comes in. And I'm just trying to get my screens up. What do you guys think about all of that at the reserve today? Hey, Lanky. Hey, Nicole. We may need to put up a few trigger warnings throughout the video just in case anybody comes in. We may be talking about some things that might be a little crazy. Hey, Nita. The case with Cassidy is blowing my mind. The more I read into it, I can't even. And as bad as it is, it makes me want to go watch Silence of the Lambs. We're also gonna be watching the Brian Enton interview with the FBI lady and I believe Ashley Banfield. Yeah, well, on Google, Amy, that's pretty much if you look up anything Missouri right now, you'll find her, but I haven't really seen her anywhere else either. Pinch, we're going to be talking about a couple of updates with a few cases, touch on the Brian Laundrie situation, and then Cassidy as well, and then a few phone calls that we also made today. That was very sweet, Gone Girl. Again, trigger warning if you're sensitive to any kind of Jeffrey Dahmer, Silence of the Lambs situation, whenever we do bring up the Cassidy Rainwater situation, it is kind of intense.
Yeah, it's more than intense.
Hey, from Texas? I'm in Texas. Nice.
Hello, Pinch from Texas. Whew.
You also got a super chat.
I told Gone Girl, thank you. Thank you, Gone Girl.
So nice.
Much appreciated. Okay, so really, guys, I just want to hear your thoughts on why you, before we move on to I can't help it. I hope I can get through it.
We will get through it together. One sentence at a time.
Mm-hmm. Upstate New York. I'm in Maine. Maine and Texas. Yeah, welcome in, Pinch. I don't know. Does anybody honestly want to talk about Brian Laundrie? Do you want to talk about Brian Iconic?
I'm kind of curious just about the two interviews tonight or whatever those were, but mm,
Well,
don't
we could always watch those at the end and let everyone finish going crazy about them right now.
sounds good.
And then maybe we won't have nightmares.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea.
Mercedes girl. All right, let me pull up the Michael Michaels is not in here, is they?
I haven't seen him so far. We have some questions for him.
Yes, we do. I just got the creeps. Mm. Let me get my screen bigger.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's grounded. Michael, you're in trouble. We dug so hard today that I honestly feel violated. Okay. What was the question? We wanted to ask Michael how I'm going to get these names right tonight. How Kenneth Smith, where he came up with no. What we found out today. Yeah, you're grounded. You're in timeout after this one. Michael, where did you find Kenneth Smith? Hello, Kaz. Oh, you're not late.
Are you okay?
Who, me?
Kaz, they said they just got home from the hospital.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Are you okay, Kaz? No, Lanky. Michael's okay. We want to know how Michael incorporated Kenneth Smith into our rabbit hole. Oh, Kaz, I'm sorry. How did you break your leg? So Michael said while looking through Cassidy Rainwater's stuff. Ouch, Kaz.
It took us a little bit to find him, but when we did, even his address freaks me out.
Hang on, my chihuahua is having a conversation with somebody out there. Casby, that's what you get for chasing a Frenchie. Oh, ouch. Did you break the bottom leg, the ankle? What did you break?
Thank you for subscribing, Pinch.
Thank you, Pinch. Michael's in chat, Amy, and he introduced us too. We'll get into the third man in a second. But um, tell Michael what we were thinking about the trigger man, the third man. It has to be him.
Okay, so man A and B, James and Timothy, are both incarcerated right now. We even called the police department and asked and made sure that the one guy we couldn't find on the registry was in fact behind bars. They do have him. It is an open investigation. What we wanted to know is how this fire broke out, like the original fire, not the one that the cops set the tripwire off to, but I guess it was already on fire. So is it possible that your third guy that you've introduced us to, Kenneth, might have been their trigger guy? And if you can debunk that, please do, because we're kind of stuck on that right now, especially because of his background. We looked him up. He's just as bad as those two.
Ooh, yes, he is.
So what I'm understanding right now, and this could be wrong, but it's what I'm pretty sure I read was the house was already on fire. And then they saw a tripwire that they detonated, and that set the whole thing ablaze. So now there's no house left. Just their firewood.
Just the fire. You can't
Okay, so
forget.
that's
You
what he's
can't
saying.
forget. Just the firewood was left.
He's saying Kenneth is who he thinks is the trigger guy. Okay, so that's the conclusion we came to as well.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just give Pinch and so Pinch, Cassidy Rainwater, this lady on the screen went missing. She went missing July 25th. So then down the road, there were pictures of this woman partially clothed in a cage sent to the FBI. So we're going to get into this story. But now the location where she was supposedly at got burnt down. They found tripwires. Like the whole place is just gone. And then we'll get into the rest of the story. Hello, my elderly cats. Which is really, guys, it's really a trigger warning, honestly. I am not even exaggerating when I say this. All right, so let's just get into this. Oh gosh. I love the source who wishes to remain anonymous. That makes me think of barbecue. Okay, I have to stop. Oh,
Oh no,
we're gonna
I
have
gotta
to
be
take turns
myself.
reading this because you're gonna have to read some of the other parts because okay. So the remains found on Phelps' property during the search, do they belong to Cassidy Rainwater? So they found remains on the property of the house that James David Phelps rented, and Timothy Norton was also there. And we did a huge background check on the owner of the house and dug into him and he's really just absolutely nothing. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I don't think he's involved.
So the disappearance of Cassidy Rainwater is heartbreaking and very disturbing. And if the chatter is true, it's the kind of stuff that happens in horror movies. And it is. Cassidy was reported missing by a family member in August, but reports say she was last seen on July 25th, 2021. James Phelps, 58, told investigators that he was helping the 33-year-old woman get back on her feet and that she had been living in the loft area of his cabin at 386 Moon Valley Road. He told law enforcers he last saw Cassidy when she walked down his driveway in the middle of the night on July 25th, according to court documents. Phelps' cabin has a Lebanon address, but it is near Windyville, a small town in southwest Missouri that is reported to be haunted and that the locals call Spookyville.
Oh, it's even spookier now.
But now, this image, which I'm sure we'll figure it out, I don't know what that little red thing is actually where the cage was found or what was found. Where the red circle is like, hopefully we'll find out because we're reading this, most of it with you. Yes, Lanky Tour, Lebanon, Missouri. So Cassidy Rainwater was very familiar with the area around Moon Valley Road, as her family once owned land not far from the last place she was reportedly seen, according to a former neighbor. This case broke wide open after the FBI received a tip from an anonymous source who had evidence of a partially clothed woman being held in a cage and tortured on the dark web. See, that part's new. I heard the cage and being partially clothed, but not the tortured on the dark web. A source close to the investigation says the FBI used software that uses pixels and matches skin tones and contacted the Dallas County Sheriff's Office on September 16th after finding a possible match to Cassidy's missing persons report. Well, that's interesting. So the source who wishes to remain anonymous says police became suspicious of Phelps when they interviewed him on September 16th because he was acting weird. They walked to the back of the cabin and saw meat hooks in the bathroom through a window. Law enforcers then asked a judge for a search warrant. Okay, I can't after that part right there.
Okay.
Go, girl. You can say, yeah. Oh my gosh.
When
Why
they
would
kicked in
you have
Phelps'
meat hooks hanging in? Are you okay with this, guys? Are you like okay, or do you need like us to pass out some like airplane bark? This is crazy, guys.
I mean, I can literally only think of one reason why you would have those. Okay, when they kicked in Phelps's door the following morning, they allegedly found him eating a sandwich with human remains. He allegedly laughed and told investigators that he had served human ribs to an unsuspecting neighbor a few days prior. During their search, cops allegedly found vacuum-sealed body parts with detailed labels in a freezer, and 7 photos of Cassidy in a cage on Phelps's phone. Look at those guys. Oh my God.
I'm not laughing at what you're reading, but we've already gone through this laughing because I just can't fathom what I'm listening to. But and then I look down in chat and the only thing I see a couple of them saying is, "Oh dear God. Oh dear God." So that's Phelps on the left and that's Timothy Norton on the right. So I, you can't even make that up. This is almost like the story of the guy that had his mom's head cooking on the stove in the pot. Nita's like, dear
Oh,
Jesus.
yes. That guy.
All right, girl, go on again. You got to finish this part because.
Oh, I finished that part. I'll need you to scroll down just a tiny bit. Okay.
Go.
Okay.
Ah.
If this case has not already become federal, it soon could be, as authorities believe that Phelps' alleged accomplice, Timothy Leroy Norton, 56, who is an over-the-road truck driver. Oh, I told you I bet they were truck drivers.
You did. You said, I bet they're truck drivers when we were looking at the area where Echo Lloyd lives, and then when we started looking at women missing in. You know what, guys? Listen, I know this is a horrible story, and I mean, Cassidy, rest in peace, because I got a feeling that I, now I understand why the neighbor wants to stay anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
But then Iconic said to me, and she wasn't saying it to be sarcastic earlier, but we were talking about missing men and missing women in Missouri around the time that he's been renting in the house, and she says, "Well, I think he prefers." What did you say? Prefers women. You see, the words you used was
He has a taste for women.
he has a
Men.
taste for women, not men. Oh my gosh, I almost died, guys. Hello, Angel, Alma.
Sometimes if you just don't
Can you
kind
imagine
of
she said that and hey H Bird, and she wasn't even thinking about it. She says, "Oh, he has a taste for women, and he's a cannibal." Okay, let me mic down so she can finish reading this. You can't make this up.
Anyways, he's an over the road truck driver who may have transported victims across state lines. On September 19th, investigators interviewed Norton, who told them that he lived in his truck at the Moon Valley property even when he was off the road. When investigators re-interviewed him on September 20th, he told him that he helped Phelps restrain Cassidy at the property and he was arrested. Another source says cops allegedly found human remains in some trailer tanks on the property. Another source.
Wait. That's new. That's new. That's new. I am never going to use my freezer sealer thing again ever as long as I live. Every time I would go to put something in it to get it nice and tight for the freezer, I'm gonna think of like Phelps and Norton.
Oh my
Hello,
goodness.
Mr. Phelps. Okay, I you can't make, but that's new too. I'm just now hearing about the some trailer tanks on the property. So they're talking about probably silo tanks from the back. I can't. You can't. Okay.
Gnarly. Okay. Another source tells me that at least one set of partial remains have been recovered so far at the Phelps property, and authorities believe there could be at least 13 other sets of remains at this property, and some of them could have been missing for decades. Investigators also are interested in the property near Preston that belongs to one of the Phelps family members. There's been speculation online on Reddit that there could be a possible connection to a van recovered on the Phelps property to a nearly 30-year-old mysterious disappearance of Cheryl Levitt, Susie Streeter, and Stacy McCall, also known as the Springfield Three.
Exactly. So we scroll down. There is a picture of the van, and I have. You can't. You just can't make something like this up. Unbelievable. So he has I mean, he might actually even be living there since, was it 1996?
That's when the house was built, and that's roughly, I mean, it's pretty close to when they went missing. I think they went missing in 92, though, so.
Okay, so yeah, so this van just mysteriously made it over to a property where they've got. oh, They, I mean, I did not know they had tanks on the property. I knew about do you want dark meat or light meat? But did I just say that out loud?
Oh.
I'm trying to keep some humor to this, guys, because I really can't even
But I
imagine.
almost want to see a before picture because all we have is the picture after everything's been destroyed. So it's kind of hard to say what they had.
Oh, there's a before picture of the house.
I definitely need to lay my eyes on that.
Oh, there's definitely before picture. I saw it. It's in one of those articles that we looked at the other night. And then Michael sent a picture of the cage. Here's the cage that was found, supposedly where they kept Cassidy. But I'm looking for the other thing real quick, and here it is. This is what the van ties back to. Cheryl, Suzanne, and Stacy, mother and daughter, and a daughter's friend. Hello, Thomas, Alma, Angel, Nita. I said hello to you guys. I didn't say hello to Thomas. So this is the van that was found on the property. June 7th,
Alma, the cage is perfect for Roberta.
1992, missing for 29 years and 4 months. Right there. It just happens to be on that property. Yeah, this is Michael. Hello, GB. Michael, this is why we said you're grounded because you sent us into a rabbit hole with this article. Okay.
I'll never
Oh,
eat another sandwich the same way again.
I don't think I'm ever going to eat meat. I mean, it's bad enough I can't even eat chicken since I got my chickens. So this is the van that's on the property, and I still can't get over.
What just happened? I think we lost her. I don't know what to do now. Let's just wait and see if she comes back. Hey, Hummingbird.
Sorry, guys, my cat just decided to walk onto my computer and completely close my windows. Michael, you're grounded. This is why we said you're in trouble because you made us dig into rabbit holes that were so deep. I'm right here. My cat jumped on my laptop and shut it down. Okay, so let me share screen again. He's like, get off the computer. I want some food. I'm like, go get a job. Thank you, Pinch. Okay. I don't know why I can't read this, girl. Now, what was this? I don't think that we saw this. It was under what you just read.
Okay, do you want me to read that or do you have it?
No, go ahead. You can read it. This makes me. I laugh because I can't believe what I'm reading.
Okay, it says, I've heard these same rumors. A friend of a coworker and then another coworker's cousin who works in the area told her the same things. According to this source, they also found an old van that matches the Springfield 3 description. Very interested to see what more is announced. Potential to be a national story. A potential national horror story.
I don't blame you. It sounds freaking crazy. Word on the street. This is accurate. I was just told that the Hannibal Lecter had been going on for 16 years somehow. Now, this is all speculation, guys. This message here. Obviously,
But
it's the text.
it would be more than 16 years though if it's the Springfield 3 because that happened in 92. So 29 years. If it's all connected. This is all just us chatting.
Here we go. Online sleuths are also paying close attention to this case and a possible connection to Echo Lloyd, who went missing on Mother's Day 2020 from Edwards, Missouri, which is about an hour and a half away from the crime scene on Moon Valley Road. But now, who lives directly in between the crime scene iconic and the moon address?
That wouldn't be Kenneth. What is it? Smith?
It would be Kenneth
It would
Smith.
be. And you
We'll
know what? He has quite the history.
we'll show you guys where little Kenneth Smith lives, where Michael brought him into our life. We have him to thank right smack in the middle between Echo Lloyd and the House of Pain. Oh, gosh. Guys,
That is
listen.
a great moniker for that house, actually.
I only laugh. I'm not laughing because of what happened there. I laugh because it's so horrifying in my mind that I think I laugh because I have to try
Like a
to make
coping
some
mechanism.
sense of it. Some sense of it. And we're going to show you guys the map because we've mapped it out and it's all saved. But let me say something about Echo Lloyd's case. We all know that there was a creeper that lived exactly 960 feet through the woods to that MacArthur guy's house you went. And he was also on the SO offender list. And he was taken into jail. I do not know what happened, but I do know that he is no longer in jail. And that's honestly who I always thought had something to do with Echo Lloyd's disappearance. But I could be wrong. I mean, they're only the web sleuths are talking about it. I don't know if they're looking in. I mean, how many freezer? Where's the freezer bag thing? Did you read that yet?
No. Freezer.
Okay, you can go. You can read.
Okay. Fate can be brutal sometimes. Rainwater's mother, Tracy Wallaceuk, I'm not sure how to say that, was reported missing by her boyfriend, Leonard Lynn Couch, in 2007. Her remains were found not far from Couch's residence in 2008. an area that had already been searched, according to a family member who wishes to also remain anonymous.
Wait a second. So Cassidy's mother was also murdered in 2007?
Yes.
My gosh. I mean, you honestly cannot make that up.
It's like a never ending rabbit hole.
So they assumed that it was the boyfriend Len Couch who died in 2021. Some people are asking about Cassidy's son. The family member told me he is safe.
I feel like if Cassidy is missing now, maybe they'll look a little deeper into that situation.
So here's Leonard Couch. That might have been the one who hurt, well, might as well just say it with this lie, like it matters, killed Cassidy's mom.
Cara B says the rumor is Cassidy went to that house trying to find answers about her mother, but it's a rumor.
And then the other rumor is that he was actually helping her get on her feet. Here we're going back to that article, but I like to see what people look like. And I have to put a face with these people. So that is Leonard Major Couch.
What are we waiting for, Michael?
That almost sounds like a furniture store. Okay, back to the story. Okay, so where is the other part of it? Or is that the whole thing? I think that was the whole thing.
That might have been the whole thing. Yeah, we did talk about the vacuum seal bags.
Where did you read about the bags?
Scroll down just a little. Right there. Right above their faces.
There it is. During the search, they allegedly found vacuum sealed. It doesn't even say, like, it just says parts with detailed labels. Oh, you cannot make that up. Okay, so that's definitely. We read the text. We saw the van. We all know who Echo Lloyd is. Her poor kid. But I did not know that about Cassidy's mom. This case is still breaking and will be updated as details become available.
Which we did talk to them today, so.
What is the dark web? I don't even know if I want to click that. Should I click it, guys? And how does it connect to the Moon Valley? Oh, the Moon Valley monsters. Should I click it? Hello? Look at it. Hi, Winky Whispers. Should I click it?
I say click it. What do y'all think?
This is all you, girl.
At some point during the day, you've probably done some sort of internet research. Dark web content is accessed through particular web browsers that use the onion route or .tor instead of .com. So .tor. Okay, so I guess that's how you get to the dark web.
Yeah, we're going to teach you how to use the dark web kind of class. Hi, Kimmer. We're only kidding. We're not teaching anybody.
We're not going to the dark web. We're just reading an article.
We're not teaching anyone how to use the dark web.
I would never get on the dark web.
All right, there you go.
Okay. In the disappearance of Cassidy Rainwater, the FBI did receive a tip from someone that provided evidence in the mid-September, allegedly from the dark web, that showed Cassidy Rainwater being tortured and terrorized while being held in a cage on a property at 386 Moon Valley Road near Windyville, Missouri, where James D. Phelps lived. Rainwater has been missing since July. A family reported a family member reported her missing in August. And when authorities went to Moon Valley property to talk with Phelps last month, he told them that he was helping Cassidy get back on her feet by letting her live in the loft of his cabin, and that the last time he saw her was in July walking down the driveway in the middle of the night. The loft area has been stripped, according to court documents. And when law enforcement asked to look at Phelps's phone, he allegedly found 7 images of Cassidy, partially closed and in obvious distress.
Okay. So that's how it was. So they asked to look at his phone. So the pictures they set up because remember for a while it was the pictures came from an anonymous source.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously it's not anonymous because he looked into the guy with the I don't even maybe he's got that like a fake hair thing super glued to the back of his head.
Maybe.
Oh, look at Lanky. Lanky Tori, you'd be a good girl talking about onion routers. I had never heard of an onion router until right now. Okay, there you go.
Phelps and Timothy Norton are facing multiple charges, including kidnapping, related to Cassidy's disappearance. It's been alleged that Phelps belonged to a cannibalism site on the dark web, and the authorities are looking into the complex matrix that is the dark web and people who interact with the men online.
Wow. I mean, that's like sounding like the movie The Matrix and stuff. The complex matrix that is the dark web. I've never heard of any of this.
It was reported last week that authorities in Greene County had been pulled off of Phelps and Norton's case. A law enforcement source close to the investigation tells me that Greene County investigators are still assisting in the complex investigation. Dallas County Sheriff Scott Rice says investigators are waiting for DNA evidence to come back from the crime lab, and that could take up to 30 days. The dark web is not illegal, but it's known to be used by people who don't want to be traced. It isn't indexed and won't show up in any normal searches. And then you have the levels of the web. Unlike typical browsers, the Tor browser employs onion routing, which uses encryption and directs traffic through multiple servers around the world to keep searchers' IP addresses anonymous, allowing for private searching. The many layers of an onion represent the multiple layers of encryption and privacy in the Tor network.
All right, we don't need to learn any more about the dark web.
I'm good.
So that is very interesting. And then he was a trucker, Tim Norton. So he was driving around all across the country. Hello, Aquarium baby. What was he doing? He's probably driving around the country picking up hitchhikers. That's scary.
Well, I mean, if the one girl was missing from another state, that's why okay, so my husband used to work in trucking. He wasn't a truck driver, but you get to know the kind of types that are truck drivers. And so when I saw them in and we heard a little bit about them, and then you mentioned the girl being in Illinois, I was thinking, well, what are the odds that he's a truck driver? He could have just been on his route and picked her up. So when I saw that, my mind blew.
Yeah, she was actually she left the bank in her car, Erica Thompson in Illinois, and then she was never seen again. But her car neither. But they have her boyfriend in jail on unrelated charges. But I think they really think he did it. Okay, but let's look at the map real quick. This is crazy. I wonder how many. Does Michael? Do you know how long is Michael? So does he know how long Phelps has lived at the Moon address? I think he's lived there for a long time in order to do what he's been doing.
Yeah, especially with the vehicles being there and so many bodies.
To dark web. I think Lanky's trying to get us to go look in there.
Whispers, I agree. I think there's a couple of different professions I would get into if I were a serial killer. I think anything traveling. So truck driver definitely would be great because you're moving around so much. It would just be hard to catch you, especially knowing these guys have been doing this potentially for decades. You would have to be doing something like that to not get caught, in my opinion.
Yeah, they definitely look a little strange too. But when you said that, I mean, you can't make it up that he was eating a sandwich when they got there.
And laughed because he served his neighbors ribs and they didn't know.
Whew. Could you imagine? Nobody,
I'm shaking it.
don't
It just
ever
freaks me out.
don't ever take any meat from your neighbors, guys.
I wish I could say this is the first
Hi,
case I've heard
Tia.
where this has happened and where unsuspecting people also partook without knowing.
Yeah, but how could? Well, I mean, if you got ribs that were, unless like, there's got to be some pretty weird shaped ribs. Like, what kind of ribs are these? You know, like, I mean, oh gosh, I can't even imagine what these two. It definitely takes private area to do what they did.
Alma said her neighbor gives her plates of food.
Alma, when she comes over
Yeah.
next time, tell her you don't want any more food. She never eats it. Hello, Annabelle. Oh, see what Annabelle said? The Dallas County Sheriff released a statement this evening.
That's interesting.
We're going to have to find it.
Did we talk to a sheriff or did we talk to the detective?
Oh, well, yeah, we had to call the Dallas County Sheriff's Office because James Phelps is still not listed as being incarcerated. Hang on, my little chihuahua is having a conversation again.
He told us that he couldn't answer any questions, but we weren't calling for questions. We only wanted to make sure that he was in fact in custody because everywhere we were looking, it said that he was like we couldn't find him in any jail system, basically, but they did confirm he is there. And now a statement has been released. So I'm curious to know what that says.
Yeah, the first thing he says was, I can't answer any questions. I said, I don't want to ask you any questions. I just want to know if he's incarcerated. And then he said, yes, he is. And he's in Dallas County. We got one in Green. That's kind of weird, too. You've got the one in Greene County, and then you've got James in Dallas County. Isn't that kind of weird when they got arrested at the same place, sitting at the table eating a sandwich?
I'm just kind of worried there might be some sort of underground cannibal situation going on in the north.
Well, we'll let them know when we go live again regarding this story because we're going to go check out the dark web and we'll definitely take some notes. Hello, gamer guy. Okay, so guys, check this out. Do I think this has anything to do with Echo Lloyd? Honestly, what my gut tells me is no. Is it possible because of the area that who knows? Could a weirdo I don't know. But this is where Echo Lloyd went missing. That's not
Might
the
have
house
told
he
them.
lived in a trailer, which was over on this property, but it just wasn't here when this Google was taken. And then MacArthur, the guy who I believe did something, lives over here at the mama's house. And it was literally just like 1,000 feet, little stroll through the woods to get the Echoes. Now, is that the neighbor that Echo supposedly gave a ride to the dollar store? I don't know. He was in jail and now he's out. His name is MacArthur. I can't think of his last name right now. I'm trying to keep up with these three stooges' last name. Okay, now here you go, girl. What is Hermitage again?
Oh, that's where Kenneth lives.
Kenneth
He's
Smith lives
registered
in
there for
Hermitage.
the sex offender registry. So
We'll show you guys that in a second. But this is where suspect number 3, the one that Michael's introduced us to, right smack in the middle. And
what
here
are the odds?
is the cannibal farm, right off this little beaten path. Yeah, Google really goes there. I don't know, guys. I mean, it's definitely it was an hour and 30-minute drive from Stag Road down to the cannibal farm.
Linky wants a live stream on the dark web.
Hi, Sarah Wright. Oh, you want us to do a live stream on the dark web? Yeah, I might dig into it. I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to see those pictures, but I don't want to see them if they're like horrifying. But it sounds like they had something going on the dark web. I'm gonna have to say, creeper boy, Kenneth Smith, and there he is. There's like the three musketeers. Hello, Brian.
Honestly, it could be. And I really feel like he could definitely be the guy who triggered the fire. Like the original, you know? I think he's the trap guy.
He might be something, but when you go and look at like his the offenses and everything, look at how many mugshots this guy has. The first one, even though it's tiny, I'm not saving this guy's mugshots.
Sarah Wright lives near the area, and she said he did trigger the fire. It was Kenneth. And she also, I
Who
think it said
lives near the area?
Kenneth. Or I'm sorry, Sarah Wright.
Wait,
She's in the
wait. Let me go. And Sarah, right? Do you want to come up and take a link?
she's an officer.
Ah,
Nice.
Sarah, do you want to come up and tell us a little bit that you can? Yeah, we figured. Good old
We
Kenneth
only
boy.
really started digging into this recently, so our minds are pretty blown right now.
Yeah, we figured that he was the trigger starter. Oh, so look at, hey guys, look at, we have an officer in here telling us that her, Iconic and Michael and I are like totally on the right track. But I can't believe now we're all gonna get arrested for talking about the dark web though. So yeah, let's go back and look at I mean, look at how many mugshots this guy has.
Are those mugshots, or is he having to take pictures constantly for the sex offender registry?
Oh well, that might be what it is probably,
Because
but
I feel
just
like they're gonna want to know pretty much what he looks like all the time. They even got one with his glasses, which I'm glad they got that because sometimes that can definitely change your appearance.
yeah, he definitely doesn't. Yeah, he's been in. I mean, they say 17 years old. Interesting. A lot of tattoos.
Sarah, if you want to come up, click the little link for StreamYard.
I have to drop it.
Oh, I didn't see. Sorry, you're not feeling good. And she said maybe we can do it tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna dig into the dark web tomorrow, Sarah. So that's perfect.
Oh,
Insane. Let's go back and see this guy. So why we can't find him incarcerated right now? It looks like he doesn't have a car. He just goes by Ken or Kenny Smith, Ken Michael Smith. And then there's nothing on like probation, parole, confinement, release date, or anything like that. So he was the fire. So he was the, yep, see? He was the one that set it off. So obviously he was in on the plan. Sarah says he goes by Michael.
She also said she printed out a detailed report on him and works child crime cases.
Sarah, my email is in the description of this video. If you want to email me anything. Who's being ignored? Mercedes, where are you? I'm trying to read the chat, but I can't see the chat when I'm on that guy's page.
Mine just lags really bad, so I'll see some comments and then a bunch more pop up.
I'm looking back. Hummingbird gave Sarah the link. Am I missing something? H-Bird, I think I see everything. Where's Mercedes' comment? Guys, I don't see it.
I'm looking too.
I'm not ignoring anybody. What did Mercedes say? What am I missing? I'm not ignoring Mercedes, girl. All right, so let's see what else about these three stooges. What, Sarah, do you know why they would put them in different jails? Why one is in Dallas County and then one is in Greene County?
She said, just letting everybody know the dark web is not illegal.
No, everyone's going to be jumping to the dark web. Like I just can't even imagine what's going to come out.
They don't want them in the same jail. Sorry.
They don't want them in the same jail. That makes sense. I can't even imagine what's going to come out of this story. Between the van that's there and Springfield 3. So where is Kenneth Smith now? Is he in jail and we're just not finding him?
No, I think it was in the sex offender registry if he was in jail. Because whenever I looked, it said he wasn't in custody and there was no release date.
You're not in trouble, Mercedes. I don't know I didn't see the comment. I missed it. If I have a page up that we're looking at, I can't see comments.
No, I don't think we missed anything. If so, throw it back up there and I'll see it.
Hummingbird. Ugh. My email? You know what, Hummingbird? I'm calling you after this live and I'm going to keep you up all night now. Now I'm looking at Hummingbird comment.
Sarah says, with what they've done, they want to interrogate them separately, and one has charges in Greene County and fines, which makes a lot of sense.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does make sense. I can't even imagine what they found on that property.
Well, with the little I do know, pretty horrified.
Poor Cassidy. Sarah, do they talk about Echo Lloyd at all being involved with somehow being involved with this crazy case? Because I don't feel that Echo Lloyd was involved. I think that Echo Lloyd's neighbor did something to her.
Monkey is very versed with VineLink.
Oh, Annabelle, we checked VineLink. We have checked it all. We cannot We could not find James Phelps in the system. I literally had to call the Greene County Jail, and they told me that he's not there. He's in Dallas County. Then I called Dallas County, and he said yes, he was there, but he's still not showing up as being incarcerated. Well, he wasn't this afternoon. But Timothy Norton is in the system.
She says no, not involved as of what they know so far.
Okay, but then why is he there setting off? Why is he catching the place on fire? Good
No,
night, Alma.
she's talking about Echo.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think so. I think Echo was taken by MacArthur. Angel's asking if I did what? Did I what, Angel? They have to. Well, they're probably. I mean, if they're talking about air sealed, dried body parts and sandwiches with, oh God. And then they have tankers out.
With up to 13 other bodies. Yikes.
Oh, Angel. Oh, I sure did call the jail. I don't want to talk about the next phone call yet with what we're talking about now because it really does not go together at all. But I had another phone call today, but we'll talk about that in a second. Oh, I called the jail.
Sarah said it's all true, unfortunately. Which confirms it because for us, all the articles just say it's a rumor. So
Hills Have Eyes 2.0. But they've been doing this for a long time.
Well, yeah, I don't think you just jump straight from like totally normal to having meat hooks in your bathroom. That definitely took some evolution.
What is Hummingbird saying? Yeah, you have to have a private place to do that too. Like, and if you look at the maps where they are, that's definitely private. I mean,
Sarah says we're all going to be shocked.
oh, I think I have to agree with Sarah 1000% because I'm already shocked.
It gives me, like, literally when we were talking about it before we came on, I had those little chills where you're just kind of shaking because I don't want to believe that this is happening.
Gamer guy, sarcastic nerve. I'm not sure what's going on. Cynthia
Oh, his
Moon,
sciatic nerve.
hello.
He said every time he stands up, he's falling down.
Cynthia Moon's like, I find this hard to believe myself. You find it hard? Gamer guy. Aw, little Summers picture.
I know, isn't that cute?
Cynthia Moon, yeah, yeah. And like Sarah said, I think that there's going to be so much more uncovered that it's just going to be like it's going to be a horror movie.
I can't even imagine how many pages of what is the word?
Imagine if they do feel better, gamer guy. Yeah, I'm old too, gamer guy. Old
Too
and blind.
conspiratorial to be true, says Cynthia.
Sarah says, and we're finding more men linked to it, even women. Oh my
That's
God.
what I said, that I was worried about it being like a whole cannibalistic thing. Oh no.
So we went here today, and Sarah, don't get mad at us when we say this because really it's not funny, but we started looking back on people missing in Missouri, like going deep, deep back and other websites and everything. And then Iconic Hair said, I don't think their taste. What? I can't. I can't do it. I can't say it. What did? Oh my gosh. What did you say again? I don't think their taste is women.
Well, no, they have a taste for women.
They have a taste for women, not for men.
Well,
But
because
then,
I was just wondering, like, have they found any men victims, or is it all women?
well, read Sarah's last comment. Sarah's saying that,
She can
I mean,
talk openly about things that are public. Because Cynthia asked why a police officer is here giving details on YouTube.
yeah,
My husband's
basically
roommate is
she's
actually
giving
a
what's
corrections
in the
officer.
paper.
Yeah, they can talk about quite a bit, just nothing that's going to hurt the case.
That's that same article. Yeah, there's a lot of people missing in Missouri. Men, women, black, white, Spanish. I mean, you have to ask, do you like dark meat or do you like white meat? I mean, you can't make this up.
Humanimal asks, so the cannibalism, this is from photo imagery or how? How do we know this? It's the stuff
Okay,
of nightmares, yet it's happening, and the
hang on,
worst of it we never know.
hang on. Read this part again to her. Hang on a second. Let me find it. Where'd it go? Let me go back. Hang on. Read that part to Humanimal. Humanimal, listen to this.
When they kicked in Phelps's door the following morning, they allegedly found him eating a sandwich with human remains. He allegedly laughed and told investigators that they had served human ribs to an unsuspecting neighbor a few days prior. During their search, cops allegedly found vacuum-sealed body parts with detailed labels in a freezer and 7 photos of Cassidy in a cage on Phelps's phone.
Humanimal, you can't make it up. Okay? I mean, this is like forget about Silence of the Lamb. This is like Leatherface. What was that movie called?
Which one?
The guy with the
Silence of
leather
the
face
Lambs?
on it.
Mm,
What's that movie
you're
called with the
asking
guy that has the
me.
chainsaw? And
Oh,
he
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's
Don't
more like
remind me.
that.
That's too close to home.
Then of course they talk about the update, the possible break in the 3 because of the van. Yeah, there's definitely more to dig into this, but I can't dig into this tonight because I do work tomorrow. But yeah, we decided to take a Brian. I just don't feel like even talking about Brian Laundrie. But yeah.
We don't know for sure who it was that they were eating, but if you think about kind of the time frame when she went missing and the fact that these articles or items were frozen, vacuum sealed, I would have to put 2 and 2 together, and I don't know
Oh
if
my
anybody else
gosh.
is missing that's possibly linked. I'm
Okay, so
answering the animal question, by the way.
okay, and then not only that part, but then you get into the fact that he was a trucker, and then he says another source says cops allegedly found human remains in some trailer tanks on the property.
Yeah, at
Okay.
least 13 other sets of remains on the property. Been missing for
Okay,
potentially decades.
decades. Investigators are also interested in property near Preston that belongs to one of Phelps' family members. And don't worry, guys, the next we'll know who this is the next time we have a live regarding this, but we'll know who owns the property and who it is in Preston. This one's interesting. It's definitely like, oh my gosh, unbearable that you can even possibly think that people can do this. but it's like definitely a true crime horror story. Hello, AVH. But yeah, it's definitely. You have to honestly wonder too how many missing person cases will be solved from this find of these two. How you're eating a human sandwich when the cop kicks down your door and you laugh about serving your neighbors somebody's ribs.
But I mean, the just
Do you
the
think you
fact
use
that
barbecue sauce?
oh
I'm
my
only
goodness.
kidding. Oh, I have to joke about it. If I don't, I'm gonna be like so scared I'm gonna have nightmares.
Well, yeah, especially whenever you think about the fact that they think there's an entire ring of cannibals, and then you start to think about that main highway that's running up from Springfield to Springfield, like from one state to another. It's a very straight shot. I mean, how many people, like you said, will be connected to this?
Yeah, and like Sarah said, she said that he didn't he he didn't only have a taste for women, they had taste for men too. I mean, obviously it doesn't matter female, male to cannibals, right? I guess meat is meat. I mean, I don't know. I think I might turn vegan after this, but there's a lot to dig. And now I want to know about the property in Preston. And
Do you
it
think
will
there is
be
comments?
curious. It will be interesting to see how many people sad, interesting, and hopefully some people will have some closure, but yeah, you can't make this up. He loves talking with the public. Who's Sarah? Oh, your
Yeah,
sheriff?
yeah.
Oh, yes, bring the sheriff tomorrow. Yes. Sarah, email me and we'll call you till we can maybe talk on the phone tomorrow. We don't want to know like things that he can't talk about. We just want to know like things that he can talk about.
Come up and tell us about anything. We're here to learn.
Hello, Shredder. Oh, this is more than nuts, Shredder. This is scary nuts. That kind of hairy nuts, scary nuts. Yeah, this is definitely nutty. uh, you have to crack jokes because if you don't, I think that you would just be like nuts thinking about it. Meat
So
hooks in your bathroom. You know what though? Think about it, guys. Here's the positive outtake on this whole entire story. Besides hopefully finding closure for families. It's Halloween season, right? October, so this will be the horror story for the month of Halloween, for October for Halloween. And that's how I'm gonna justify it. Is that a good
yes,
justification?
Michaels, it was couch.
Yes, 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 yes. His name was. He sounded like he was a furniture store.
Like Leonard Couch. I don't
Leonard,
know.
Leonard, and he had the middle Major. Leonard Major Couch.
Sarah asks what time we'll be coming on tomorrow.
Sarah, let me give you my email now, so you can email me, and then we will. I'll call you, or we can exchange. I can't even get my right. We can talk on the phone maybe, and we can set it up. I work tomorrow. I do have to leave the house and act like an adult some days. It's not hard, but I get it done. But email me.
I, I've heard the pictures are brutal.
Oh, I'll definitely. Yeah, what Hummingbird said. I'll definitely work with you, Sarah, because I'm home tomorrow, like about 6:37 Eastern, and I can definitely work with you.
Michael said the couch guy looks very much like Summerwell's dad.
Uh, yes, you honestly can't. This is gonna be crazy. But real fast before I end it, which I got 5 minutes because I really need to get my little butt in bed for work tomorrow. Why do you guys think Brian Laundrie's father was asked to go to the reserve? You're the best PR manager, H Bird. I would be lost without you. I am really trying to care about Brian Laundrie and his father. It's just really, I'm just to the point like he'll come around, he'll come around. The most important thing was that Gabby was found
Sarah said because he was in the backyard being sketchy.
with his little hand. Yeah, this story right here is deep.
They needed to separate the wife and the husband.
The trails, but did they really need him to go out there to show him the trails? He could have showed him on a map. There's something weird about this whole thing. I just wish they would find him.
That smile on his face, though.
But I've kind of always thought that the parents lost track of where Brian was after the burner phone was recovered. I think that's when they thought, oh shit, he might hurt himself.
Comments. Wow.
Hello, Fire Steve. Okay, wait, she sent me a pic. I'm going right now to look H Bird. But what I need to do real quick is put this Preston area thing on my note card so that I can dig in there while I'm digging in the dark web tomorrow.
His mom worked for the FBI.
There has to be like cannibalistic people that have like special little rooms on the dark web. I'm sure everything is there. I might be tormented. Okay, let me check my message from my PR girl. I love Hummingbird. Here's my little chihuahua again, 10 feet away, literally on the floor, hanging out in the sunroom. But she wants me to go pick her up because she can't pull it off.
Yeah, I wouldn't think the FBI would be taking them too seriously at this point.
Oh, wait a second.
Cut my life into.
What was that?
I was looking at a video. Oh,
Faces. This is
hang
my.
on, let me mute it. I can play it without the music. Hang on. And then after this, guys, I really gotta go. I have to get up like early tomorrow. And I still have to call Hummingbird and give her a hard time for a couple minutes.
You didn't miss anything, Angel. Nothing at all.
Yeah, Angel, we're gonna definitely do another night of this, of course. I mean, unless they find Brian tomorrow, then I plan on digging deeper into this other property and stuff. Okay, so here's what H Bird said. Oh, let me turn the volume off. Oh, it's just a picture? Okay.
Yeah, that's the smile I was talking about. You think that guy's really concerned his son is missing? Do you think he thinks his son is dead or alive? Or do you think he's smiling? I don't know. When I saw that, I just couldn't believe it.
I think he's smiling because I don't know. I mean, he could just be. You know what? I don't know. I honestly think at this point they probably did help him do whatever they did, but I think at this point they probably would have said something just to stop this craziness. But I could be wrong. What is Shredder saying no about? True Crime with Todd. Hello. What did Lisa Wright say? One sec.
She's
About,
asking if she can share the live.
oh, I don't care. So we'll dig into that. She'd be handcuffed by now if she did. Okay. I don't know where Brian is. I don't think Brian's alive, but I'm not. My story's not changing. I have to wonder if they brought him out there to maybe see if maybe they found some clothing in like that an alligator left behind, and they didn't want to do anything with it and spend the money because of how much they found. Unless the father said, "Yeah, that's him." I'm only kidding.
Could be though.
I'm not going to speculate why, but it was really weird for them to ask the father to go out there. For what? I don't know. And then supposedly they went to the old address.
I am just so ready for this part to be over. Whether they find him dead or alive, I'm over it.
Sarah, we know how to search for a lot of things, but if you email me tomorrow morning, we will let you know what we found. Alma trust nobody, right? All right, guys, I think that's it.
I think so.
I think we'll have more tomorrow. And Sarah, right, I'll look for your email in the morning. And everyone have a good night. Thank you for coming in. And
Good night.
keep your babies safe and stay vigilant. All right, Sarah, I look forward to it. Iconic, thank you as always.
Thank you. And thank you guys.
Yeah, we'll be digging tomorrow. Oh, guys, pray for us. Pray that we make it out of the dark web alive.
And unscarred.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad things going on in this world. And this right here is just completely mind blowing. All right, guys, good night.
Good night.